What's up, guys? Sitting here cleaning out the boat. Decided to do a little video report of the California Tournament Trail I just got done with at Berryessa. Pre-fishing. I got to the lake. I wasn't able to pre-fish both days. I pre-fished just Friday. Got to the lake. As soon as I got in the water, I looked at the water temperature, and that told me, that gave me a starting point on where to start looking. It started in the first thing in the morning. It started like 54, 55, and then got up to, I seen some areas that were 62, 63. So I started, went to my normal spots, and they were out of water. So I had to readjust again. So I just picked, took those spots, and found deeper water. I knew I wasn't going to be fishing more than 20 foot deep. I started at 20. Worked my way all the way up to 0. So it took me 2 or 3 hours to finally find the bigger fish. I found a lot of little 12-inch, 13-inch fish, but the bigger fish were up shallow. They were feeding. So Saturday, like usual, when I pre-fish, I have 30 rods on the deck. I usually try to find what they're going to eat instead of forcing them. So end of the day, I finally find the bigger fish were coming on square bills and 3.8 and 3.2 Kitex. I tried bigger swim baits, the bigger 5 to 8 inch. I even threw a HUD. Didn't have confidence in it, so found the bigger fish up shallow on the flats, less than 5 foot of water. And then I wanted a backup pattern, so I went to the other side of the lake where all the sunken islands were, and started fishing sunken islands up to about 20. I think the deepest I fished was 25. I did catch a few decent smallmouth. I had a limit of smallmouth for about 18 pounds on the 6 cents deep diver. I'm not sure what it's called, but and then the mega bass, the deep crank, but I knew 18 pounds wasn't gonna do that good, so I went back to the other side of the lake and tried find a bigger largemouth. Can't even talk. So Saturday, going into Saturday, I knew it was gonna be a good tournament. I knew it was gonna be a slugfest anyway, but got to my spot. It was a little bit colder, the air temp was. I knew there was a lot of dew on the boat versus Friday when I pre-fished, so I knew conditions changed a little bit. Plus the front rolled through Friday night on the way home. I got rained on, so I knew it kind of messed them up a little bit. So I gave it my first couple spots a good chance. Instead of just blowing in one spot, hit 5 minutes, I go I would wait. I waited a good hour before I left to see if they were there. First day of tournament, hit 3 or 4 spots, couldn't get anything going. Finally went out to my secondary spot on the sunken islands and picked up a couple smallmouth, smaller 14-inch smallmouth. I knew that wasn't going to work, but as we were there, the clouds started breaking up and it started getting warmer, and so I went back to my original pattern for largemouth. Went back over there, and by the end of the tournament, we probably called 20-30 fish. I had a good solid 4-pound smallmouth in the well, and I think we ended up having 1378, almost 14 pounds. So pretty good, but not bad. It could have been worse. I could have blanked. So and then day 2, I decided just to stay at that one area. Saturday, about half hour before weigh-in, it was just game on. Like every 3 casts, I was catching a fish, and so I finally just left it for the following day because it's a 2-day tournament. I wanted to save fish, so Saturday night, I'm staying at that one spot. I'm not leaving. So Sunday morning, I got my partner, met my partner, Anthony Sanchez, awesome dude, awesome, you know, he was awesome to fish with. So I told him, hey, look, you know, if you don't mind, you know, we're gonna camp there and just wait them out, because I know the big females were gonna move up eventually. So got to our first spot. I was boat 12 the first day. I was, you know, 12 the last the second day. You know, they reversed the orders. My new Triton was awesome. The Saturday morning, I passed. I was 12th boat out, and I passed probably 8 boats before we even got out of the Narrows, you know, out where the lake opens up. Sunday morning, again, I probably passed a good 14, 15 boats by the time we got up to the north end. This thing is just, it screams. I call it Silver Bullet now. So awesome first tournament in the boat, you know, it handled awesome. The Mercury Pro XS, just, it was flawless. So anyway, getting back to the story. Sunday, well, we went straight to my spot and sat there, and I prepared my partner, look, you know, get comfortable because we're staying here. 5th cast in the morning, boom, 7-pounder, and I knew it was game on, you know. 3 casts after that, another 7, got it up next to the boat, about the same size, and it came off as soon as we went to net it, you know. So a couple casts after that, I stuck 25-pound carp that actually ate the Kayatek, which I've never had before. So but we ended up, by the end of the day, we ended up calling out at least 30 fish. It was just all day long. We stayed there. I left for about 20 minutes just to check another spot, came back and just waited them out. You know, people would come in, fish it for 10 minutes and then leave, you know. So and we ended up coming in with a little over 20 pounds on the second day, which ended up giving me the 6th place finish total out of, I think, 49 or 50 boats. My first time fishing a CTT. Awesome guys. You know, Bill Cook runs an awesome tournament, and all his guys, you know, I give them props, because I mean, first tournament I fished and they knew who I was. When it's pitch black, they didn't, you know, I just met them once, you know. So awesome. I like that. That's what makes the tournament directors. Getting down to the baits and rods, my without breaking a rod tip, primary bait was, you know, the 3.2 and 3.5 or 3.8, excuse me, Kayatek. I had white and then the pearl white on a 3/8 ounce. I believe it's called a D&M Underdog. On it's the 804 CB Champion Series Dobbins rod. I love this rod. I only have one. I have 4 of the 805s, but I don't know what it is about the 804. I love it. All my fish came on this, you know, all on this bait. Probably went through 4 packages of, you know, the DNMs, but oh well. It was worth it. I have it on 20-pound vicious braid to you know, with the Albright knot onto a leader of, I believe this is 12-pound Vicious Pro fluorocarbon. Sensitive. I love, you know, I always use braid. 90% of the time I use braid and then onto a leader. Saves on money on lead. I mean, if you guys buy Tatsu or whatever, that stuff's expensive. Just use a leader, you know. You'll never change the braid. You'll change the 3-foot leader, and you know, you got 200 yards to deal with, and it'll last you all year round. That's my primary bait. My secondary bait was this 805 CB. It's again Champion by Dobbins. Again, 20-pound braid. This one I had on 15-pound Vicious Pro fluorocarbon. And then the bait was, if I can get it untangled, it is a BDS 4. I think it's BDS 4. Yeah. And table rock. I love the table rock. I throw it at Clear Lake, Berryessa, Delta, everywhere. It'll catch, it's straight catches fish. I'm not sponsored by any of these guys except for Dobbins, but you know, the Kayatek, I'd love to be able to get sponsored by Kayatek, you know, hint, hint. Or even Strike Lucky Crafts would be awesome. But awesome baits. You know, I put the red hook on just to help out because they're eating crawdads this time of year on the front hook. Don't ever put it on the back hook. They'll swipe at the red because they think it's a crawdad, and you know, you have a chance on missing them. And then the final bait was again the D&M Underdog with, I believe that's a 3-inch grass thumper by D&M also. I went to a smaller profile when I noticed there was smaller bait flipping around. I know they were chasing like kokanee for the guys throwing the bigger HUDs, but I was throwing the smaller baits and getting bigger bites, you know. So again, this is I had I had 4 of these tied on. I had 2 1/2 ounce and 2 3/8 ounce. So on 1/2 ounce I was throwing in deeper water, deeper like 5 to 10. The 3/8 I went from, you know, almost all the way into the bank down to 5 foot. I threw this on the Quantum, the KVD cranking rod. I think it's a S glass rod. Very limber. It's, a lot of guys don't throw it, but I love it. And then I was throwing this on 15-pound Vicious Pro fluorocarbon again. Awesome combo right here. Got the Corrado. All 3 of these had the Corrado 200s. This is the 2. Actually, they're all 201s. So this is all, actually, as you can tell, I have all mono on, or fluoro on this one. And I don't know why. I just threw it on there real quick. So that's it. In a nutshell, like I said, it was awesome. You know, hopefully I got divisional coming up in Lake Mead in April. So if I'm back soon enough, I'll be able to fish the CTT at Clear Lake, which is, again, is probably going to be another slugfest. And then make sure to check out my new website. I'm proud, you know, I'm excited, I'm ecstatic that, you know, to say that I was able to start a website, stevewilsonfishing.com, all one word. I'll post a link on the video. Check it out. I'm gonna start doing how-to videos, video blogs like this on lake reports. And you know, if you guys have any questions or if you want to learn something, let me know and I'll tell you how to do it. I'll do a video on it. It doesn't matter if it's from scratch, if you don't know anything, or you know, I'd love to teach. If there's teenagers out there doing the protein tournament or something, and they, you know, want some help on, you know, flipping or pitching, whatever it is, you know, leave me a comment, email me, find me on Facebook, and go from there. So coming at you in my boat. So anyway, till the next video, stick 'em.